And what do you think about, in this race, how the candidates have been treated by the media? As a candidate yourself, who's not an ex-politician, not a multimillionaire,
Right.
it seems like you're getting less coverage. Do you think that the candidates who are ex-politicians or have more money are getting more coverage?
Yes, I do. Yes, most definitely. The progressive movement is casting out liberal Democrats like myself. Um, I joined the Dane County Democrat Party of Wisconsin thinking that it would be Democrats, all Democrats. Well, I learned that, especially for Dane County, is the progressive Democratic movement. And the thing is, I'm not a progressive, I'm a liberal, okay? And I don't have any interest for any corporations, any rich people. Nobody can buy me. Nobody can sell my soul. Nobody can own me. I can't be bought. But what I can tell you is this. I'm doing this for the citizens. I'm doing this for you, the citizens, the people of all colors, all walks of life, regardless of your gender, your religion, your sexuality, equal opportunity for all of you. And that's what I believe. I love all colors. I love everyone.
Now you're running for lieutenant governor of Wisconsin. What got you interested in running for office?
The people, the citizens. I'm tired of these politicians, these progressive and Republican elite taking advantage of the votes from the citizens. We need politicians to actually care. That's going to do something. That's going to say something and represent the people. Major issues, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, senior citizens.
And on that note, what are the issues that you're most concerned about?
The homeless and the disabled, the veterans and the senior citizens and the poor. And also our middle class that are teachers that have been stripped from their union rights that was taken away by Scott Walker, Governor Scott Walker.
What would you like to see the state government do differently?
I would like to see more bipartisanship, and I would like to see the government fight for a just cause for the people. These politicians don't care about the citizens. They only care about themselves, and they just want votes once again. They only want votes. For the poor and middle class, economic-wise, we have a system where taxes and you have premiums and all this stuff added in the equation of our taxation formula of how our state does and how our federal does. I believe what we can do economically is invest in more time and awareness for our social programs that can promote low income to go to a better, to live a better quality of life. We can promote that through enforcing programs that can be taught about money saving and how to make money in a good way as a good citizen. I was born on the south side of Chicago in poverty, like most predominantly minority citizens and youth. I am the son of a nurse and also a former naval engineer. Life was hard growing up, but you know, things happen.
And this actually pertains to a candidate that you're running against.
Yes.
Mandela Barnes. He voted for the Milwaukee Bucks arena, which cost taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars. What do you think about the fact that the state government gave hundreds of millions of dollars to a private corporation to build a sports arena?
I do not support any politician that supports the corporate agenda. Scott Walker, our governor right now, he has funded Foxconn, and he does not want to invest in local corporations, or not local corporations, but local business people that are here. He don't want to invest in his own people here, the citizens of Wisconsin. He wants to invest with Foxconn. Same thing with Barnes. He wants to invest with corporations. We don't need those kind of politicians. We want politicians that are going to invest in local businesses. And that's what I mean by corporation, local businesses, local owned businesses. That's what I want to support as Lieutenant Governor.
Your thoughts on education in the state of Wisconsin and the state it's in, and what should maybe be done differently?
Our schools, public schools, are getting less revenue and funding due to the charter school. Now, I, during my last 2 years, due to some issues of me having tremors and a lot of anxiety, I went to a charter school in San Diego, California. Charter school of San Diego, charter school periods, I think they should be available for people with disabilities. And I think that the funding should go for those who are disabled to have access to charter programs. And I believe that regular students should be admitted to public schools, and I think our public schools need the majority of the funding for our education system. Our teachers, are doing a very good job, but they lost a little hope because Governor Scott Walker has stripped them from their union rights. So I believe that our schools will do better when I'm Lieutenant Governor, and hopefully if I seek more seats down the line, which I will, my goal is to make sure that the teachers and the students, I want them to get the best care and quality education, great funding for meals for their schools. We need to pay so much attention to that because the children are our future, and every day there's a new generation. It's a new line of a shift of a generation.
If you were elected to Lieutenant Governor of Wisconsin, what are some of the main things that you would be pushing for?
I want to push for policies for the senior citizens and also our homeless. Now, for our senior citizens, there is a lot of abuse going on behind closed doors, and off camera there's a lot of abuse going on with the senior citizens. I have a grandmother, you have a grandmother, the citizens have a grandmother. We know what it's like to have someone that's being elderly and you can't do everything for them, so they have to be in a nursing home, and we leave them in the care of medical professional staff that we hope to accomplish, care for our seniors. And so I believe that we need to create laws that can take down these abusive medical staff that are abusing our seniors, our homeless. Politicians every day walk by the state capitol and they walk by homeless citizens. These same politicians you mentioned walk by these citizens all the time, and they do not talk to them. They just walk by them like they're ants and walk by them like they're nothing, like they're non-existent. That breaks my heart because I walk with them. When I was young, I used to make sandwiches, peanut butter sandwiches, for a homeless gentleman. He was Caucasian. And on the south side of Chicago, he walked up and down the street looking in garbage cans and digging in trash cans. And I made him a sandwich all the time that I could. My mom let me make him peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I did that. I did that from just wanting to make him feel better, wanting him to know that somebody cares about him. That's why I did it.
Okay, and last question. Your thoughts on this individual and how you differ from him. Uh, Lieutenant Governor candidate, former Representative Mandela Barnes. Tell me about how you're different from him and your thoughts on him.
Okay, I'm different from him because I walk among the poor and I walk among regular citizens of society that are minimum wage, earned income citizens, and disabled citizens. I walk among mainstream society and I want to represent mainstream society. I'm very different because I'm a liberal. He's progressive. They eat with the elite. They dine with them. They party with them. They cater to them. They're bought by them, the progressive Democrats. They are. They're bought by these corporations and elite. I can't be bought. William Henry Davis III can't be bought. You can't buy me. I don't care if you give me $1 billion offer. You cannot buy me. Money doesn't buy me. What is going to buy me is getting voted and elected into office, and that's the vote. That's the buy. That's the payment. Voting, people voting me. That's what I want. I don't want any money. I don't want anything from nobody, no corporation. I just want to help the citizens. And I wish that these news stations and newspapers would stop promoting just a progressive Democrat agenda when there are liberal, traditional Democrats out here that are just as effective leaders than these progressives and Republicans. Scott Walker, Donald Trump, all of those are bad, bad leaders for our government. Scott Walker is owned by the Koch brothers. Those, they own him. He's a puppet. You know, he's a puppet to these billionaires. And, you know, he's just on a string, hanging on a string, hanging on a string. We are tired of these malnutritious politicians that don't give a damn about us, the citizens. My committee campaign is citizens first. And that's what I mean, citizens first. And I'm here to represent the citizens.